Hello, hello. If you're watching this, hashtag replay. If you're watching it later, please send me some comments or some love. If there's anything that I say that you absolutely love or like or have a suggestion about or anything, just go ahead and send me some love so I don't feel like I'm alone out here. All right, so what I want to do today is I want to talk about a book that I have been reading, and I read it a little while back, and I keep it by my bedside, so it's like my, how some people have a midnight snack, I have a little midnight reading. And this is a book I highly recommend for every entrepreneur out there on any level. If you have a side gig, if you have a successful business, whatever it is that you're doing, this is definitely something you want to be able to read. And even if you don't have a side gig and you're not an entrepreneur, just go ahead and get it anyway because it's a really good read. I would probably most likely suggest, as I suggest all of my books to be, is get it on Audible. If it's something you want to read and you want to read it fast and you don't have time, get it on Audible, put it in your earbuds and listen to it when you're driving, and you can go through the book in less than a week, I promise. All right, the book is called High Performance Habits. I did my screen a little bit backward just so you guys can see it. High Performance Habits by Brendon Burchard. He's really, really awesome. You can even find him on Instagram. He's on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube. He's incredible. He's always out there. He's always teaching and motivating, and his story is so amazing. I'll give you a little bit snippet of his story and how it is that he became to be a life coach. And he is New York Times bestseller. And he's self-made. Like, nobody really published him or sent him out there. He wrote the book, he made it, and he advertised it himself, and he ended up getting out there and into the public on his own. So it's really, really incredible. And it's always nice to be able to see somebody that went from not much and nothing to pretty much just being able to develop themselves, becoming a life coach, and being able to go and train tremendous amount of CEOs. His story, just a very quick snippet of it. He got into a car accident because he thought that he went out with his friend. Had a girlfriend. They were like hip and hip with each other. She went to be with somebody else when they were in college, and he went partying with a friend. Got into an accident. And after that, his entire life took a huge turn. And now he is very happily married to a woman that has supported his dream in writing this book and taking on this life direction. The first thing that he talks about actually in the back of his book, you can see this is Brendon. So on the back of his book, the first thing that he talks about is, there we go. So the first thing that he talks about is clarity. And the thing with clarity is there's a lot of different areas about clarity, but let's say you're working or wherever it is that you are in your life. And I never learned this before I became an entrepreneur. When I was just an employee, it's a very different way of looking at things, but it's really amazing to be able to step out of the box and just see how other people see life, because it just makes it feel so much more valuable than just being an employee. Nothing against being an employee. I am absolutely an employee and still am an employee. And I'm all for it, but it's nice to be able to come out of the box and be able to learn something a little bit different that doesn't keep you stuck and allows you to just be able to think and dream more, and encourages you to be able to go after things that are just something you may not have thought of wanting before. All right, I'm rambling here. So let me go on, make some very quick points here, and talk about this first major point, which is clarity. And what he really mentions is, number one, clarity. And what does that mean? To be clear what you like, what you don't like, what you have, what you don't have. Kind of yes, but no. Question is, are you really, really clear on what it is that you want to have? Not just what you have, not gratitude, but what you want to have, what you want to achieve. Are you clear in the emotions that you're gonna feel when you achieve those things? For example, me, I want to rank tremendously high in my new business venture. Not just that, I want to be able to have multiple streams of residual income. And I take that clarity and remind myself daily, but not only do I just remind myself, I focus on why is it that I want it, and how can I imagine and picture myself having those things. For example, I picture myself with brick and mortar business that I won't set out to anybody just yet, and just kind of still in the process of kind of dreaming into it. I want to be able to rank really high in my business that I'm in right now, my online business. I want to be able to have multiple streams of income where I'm able to educate and teach others, because the key to true success in life is when you take the knowledge that you have and teach and teach and help others grow. When you teach, you learn, you grow more. So clarity, where do you want to be? Where do you see yourself? Can you feel the emotions of how you're going to feel when you finally get that desire that you have? Okay, and I'm going to go back to the book. I'm going to refer a few things here that I just kind of saved out for myself. We talked about the feelings. Let's see. We talked about the future. What do you want to learn? Where do you want to go? What kind of people do you want to surround yourself with? What skills do you want to learn or add to? What language do you want to learn? What kind of clothes would you like to wear? Do you what kind of room or home? Can you imagine what kind of home and what it'll look like that you like to have? Be really, really, really clear and make an incredible picture for yourself of what it is that you're working for. What is it that you want to attain? And it can't just be money, and it can't just be success, because if that is all that it's about, with all the books that I have read and all the encouragements from other people, what's going to happen is you're going to sink. You're going to sink, because money and success and climbing up the ladder is not enough for a tremendous amount of people. It's not enough. It's just not enough to succeed. You have to be really clear. What is it that you want? Why is it that you want to succeed? What emotions do you want to have? And once you become successful in that venture, or you've climbed up the ladder, you've climbed up the rank, or you've gotten that promotion, what will be next? Where is that you want to go from there? So always go to the next step. Always visualize yourself. Always maintain that feeling of that future forward development, growth, clarity. It really starts in your brain. Think big. Think it possible. Know it possible. And it will happen. All right. That's about it. Yeah, that's kind of it. So that's a small little snippet of his first section, first chapter of clarity, and that's kind of sums it up. It really talks about going to the future. What is it that you want to feel? What skills do you want to learn? And he talks about different stories of other people that are successful but aren't happy. Why are you successful, making tremendous amount of money but aren't happy? Because there's something you're missing. There's something you're lacking. You've forgotten the whole point, the whole reason that you're working for it. And every time you succeed and reach that next goal, you reach that desire, that aspect that you've been working for, visualizing. When you reached it, make sure you replace it with something else. All right. That's it for tonight. Love you all. And I shall see you tomorrow. That you